Greetings, this is Miss Jackson. I wanted to make a quick video covering the Braining Camp software that we have access to for this year. Braining Camp is something that I love. It's virtual manipulatives that can be used online. Braining Camp, however, is not free. I pay for Braining Camp every year because I love it. I love using it in my classroom. I love using it at home with my own kids. With the subscription that I purchased, I am given a username and password for students to use for free. So I wanted to show you that username and password now. You can find them about the middle of the screen here. Username is HHornets3, password is Hornets 2024. This username and password combination will work until about August of 2025. That's when my subscription ends and I renew it, and I will likely have to pick another username and password. You can try after August and see if my username and password is the same, and feel free to keep using it. But if you can't get in after August, it's because I've had to change my username and my password for the student login. Now let's look at Braining Camp. There are a variety of manipulatives for your student to use, and they will have access to just about everything I have on my teacher account. The only thing that they can't do that I can is save and share things that they create within Braining Camp. Once they get out of it, whatever they've done on it is gone. There's no saving it. Right now, we're working on measurement. We're looking specifically at time right now. There's a wonderful clock on here for students to use. You can look along the bottom and change your clock setup, how you want it to look. You can change whether your clock is geared or not. Geared means the minute and hour hand move in tandem, just like on a regular clock. If you put it in free mode, then the minute hand will swirl around, the hour hand will swirl around, but the other hand doesn't move. I like to keep it in the geared mode. There is also a digital clock that you can put up. There is a way to turn this into a 24-hour clock. And there is a number line. We're looking at time on the number line, especially elapsed time, how much time has passed on something. Number lines are a great way to figure those problems out. These two blue dots, when you click on the number line, allow you to change the hours that you're looking at. It allows you to change the value of the tick marks, the intervals that we're counting by. You can do it in 1 minute intervals, which is a little overwhelming looking. You can do it in 5 minute intervals. Let's see, there's another 5 minute interval view. You can do it in 1 hour intervals. So there are a lot of ways to manipulate this timeline. If you're on a regular computer, you will have the ability to pull up dual clocks, 2 clocks at one time. I haven't found that on the tablet that I use to make these videos, but in class I'm able to pull up 2 clocks. If you look under shapes, you can add all sorts of shapes to this, text to this, brackets, tools. You can add a 10 frame, an array, a number line, a number path, number bonds, all sorts of great things. A random number generator, a spinner, which, I mean, why not use a spinner? That just looks fun. Dice. And you can change all sorts of aspects of this. Now, that's just the clock feature. This is also very, very useful when we get to fractions, specifically fraction tiles. And you can label those or not. You can see percents here, decimals. If you have a child in an older grade where they're working with decimals or percentages, here's a great way to make that a visual concept. You can change the orientation of the bars. So if you pull them out, they would be vertical instead of, can I change that to horizontal? Instead of horizontal. So there's just a lot of things where you can make this your own. Blank is probably my favorite thing to do on the fraction tiles, because it just can provide some more understanding. And when we get to fractions, I use blank fraction tiles for everything. There's money on here. Oh, there it is. Okay. And you can I believe you can take the money, and if you click it, does it let you on here? You can exchange it out for dimes, quarters, nickels, things like that, so that you can kind of keep exchanging and see what is that equivalent to. All the different ways to make 25 cents or something like that. A hundredths board, that's fun. Color counters, that's what we used a lot to make arrays when we were first learning them. Pattern blocks that you can decompose, compose them together. Color tiles, geoboards, Cuisenaire rods, which are wonderful if you ever want to fall down the rabbit hole of Cuisenaire rods. Hop on the YouTube. They're delightful also. So there are just a ton of manipulatives on Braining Camp, and you're going to have access, and your child will have access to this all year, because so often manipulatives help make what we're doing in math real and understandable and concrete, and they really need that to develop a true understanding of what's happening. Unfortunately, most people do not have all of these mathematical manipulatives sitting at home. So here's a way for you to gain access to those. Wowzers, that thing is really big. Here's a way for you to gain access to those at home at no cost. All you need is some sort of device and the internet, which most people have. So here's my Braining Camp video. I'm sure if you get on YouTube and look up Braining Camp videos when you're super duper bored, because we all have so much free time, you can find even more great and wonderful things to do. Look, place value disc. We're about to hit the place value unit, where kids will have to be able to identify the value of a set of place value discs up to 999,999. So it may be useful to get on here and occasionally throw out some place value disc and ask your child, what is the value of the place value disc shown? That is a real quick thing that can be done using the Braining Camp app. Okay, that's most of this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Like I said, the student username and password is found on the middle of the screen here. This will be usable until at least May of 2025. So August of 2025. So you're welcome to use this even throughout the summer. And if you want to try it after that, you can see if my username and password is the same once I have to resubscribe. I can't say if it will or will not be, but I think it may be. I feel like I've had this username and password for a while. Who knows? Give it a go. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.